Uh-oh.
Bob McGowan.
Here comes the introduction.
Media czar with the mega question, which is not planted.
Which is not
Which
planted,
I wouldn't
I
have done
add.
because of the interest of time. Bob, go ahead.
First, Senator, I'd like to welcome you to the campus of Monmouth University. We've known each other for a long time. They couldn't have picked a better gentleman to conduct these classes and many of these panels, so once again, welcome.
Thank you, Bob.
And for Senator Sweeney, I've known you on the periphery over the years. I admire you for the stances that you take. As you just pointed out, it hasn't been easy, but you have won because you've had the public behind you on many of these issues. And it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing, and I give you a lot of credit. And for the rest of the esteemed panel that we have here today, thank you for coming here. Monmouth is always open to events such as this to allow the public to get a much better understanding of some of the very serious problems that confront this state. Gentlemen, what I'd like to do very quickly, and I think, Gordon, it was you who brought this up, this was not a problem if you go back 25 years ago. The state was solvent, and so was the pension fund. It wasn't until the Christine Whitman administration came along and started to miss payments or not make payments or cut benefits, or increase benefits and then cut the contributions that this problem started to steamroll through. But I'm going to read you a very short sentence from the state constitution. The legislature shall not in any manner create in any fiscal year a debt or debts, liability or liabilities of the state, which together with any previous debts or liabilities shall exceed at any time 1% of the total amount appropriated by the general appropriation law for that fiscal year, unless the same shall be authorized by law for some single object or work distinctly specified therein. Except as provided herein, no such law shall take effect until it's been submitted to the people at a general election and approved by a majority of the legally qualified voters of the state thereon. I would argue, based upon the state constitution, that the current pension system is unconstitutional. You're increasing liabilities by the day because we can't even keep up with the increase that we're talking about, much less trying to solve the problem. But I'll go one step further. If you happen to read an amendment to the Constitution, which was passed back in 2013, this is under Legislative Article 4, Section 7, the legislature shall not pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or depriving a party of any remedy for enforcing a contract which existed when the contract was made. So here we have a conflict within our own Constitution. And I would say to you, when all of you are elected, not all of you, because not all of you are on the state legislature, and the governors that we've seen over the past 25 years, you're all sworn to uphold this document. And yet we violated it. And in the process, we violated the very people that we're trying to help. Look, I've got skin in this game as a family. My daughter and my son-in-law are both teachers. And I can tell you that this often becomes a topic over Thanksgiving and Christmas table because they're concerned about their future.
Sure.
Okay? They want to know why this happened. And I'd like to know what we're going to do to really solve this problem over the long haul. And unfortunately, what I see is that we don't have the political muscle to really pull this off in a meaningful manner that's going to solve the problem long term. And this is, in all deference, Senator, this is not directed at you because I know you want to solve the problem, but I don't see the political will overall to do it.
I put this back on taxpayers, to be honest with you. They need to get angry as hell. I'm serious.
Do I sound angry?
Yeah, you do. And you know something? You should be. I'm mad as hell. I tried to fix this problem in 2005. It was this big. It was right before it really started to snowball. And that's when they came after me. I had to have state troopers walk me through the halls of the State House because, people were just coming at me left and right. And my feeling was, as long as I can punch these people back, I don't care. But they said I had to have state troopers. But seriously, once the public engages for real, we're creating the platform. We're creating the platform and the argument to engage the public. You get the public engaged. I'm going county by county. My partners on this table are going with me because it's not Steve Sweeney, politician. It's government expert Rich Keevy. You know what I mean? It's Peter, government expert here. We're going to go to every county. Then we're going to the public. And I guarantee you, when we go do public meetings, they will be packed with public employees screaming us down. And they'll stream those things to my members, so my members won't want a taste of that. But if we can fill the rooms with taxpayers, and public employees are taxpayers too, but people that all they want to do is fix it, I guarantee you we'd have a different outcome.
Well, I might remind everybody, several years ago when Governor Corzine wanted to take the Parkway or possibly the Turnpike and have them go private and take the money and put it into state government, those events were well attended. They were standing room only. So if you want to bring that up as an opportunity to help fund pensions, that's a sure way to get a lot of people to come out, because I'll guarantee you they will fight it.
Gordon, you want to jump in?
I have to, the clause you read about not borrowing more than 1% against without going to the people, that's the clause you read. That has to do with the issuance of debt. It's the Supreme Court, which we really haven't mentioned very often, which forgot to read that clause that you just read.
Conveniently.
Conveniently, and permitted the issuance of a ton of debt by the state without observing the constitutional provision for having to go through the legislature and then have it go to the people. And that's where the debt expanded enormously. So we now have $45 billion in debt, and about $19 billion of that has no source of revenue that is behind it, and therefore it's repaid through
If you
the
read,
general.
I didn't read you the whole thing, because obviously